people are having a big problem with using their debit card, and suddenly the money vanishes from their checking account for things you didn't buy, things you didn't get. And there was just a large-scale sweep by federal agents that found how common it was that first at gas stations more than anywhere else, but even not at gas stations, that skimmers, little teeny sophisticated devices that criminals put on pay at the pump at a gas station or put at various places where your card is swiped instead of tap to pay or a chip being used, and criminals are able instantly now to, over wireless connections, to duplicate your card, and you have not even driven a mile from where you used your card at a device that had a skimmer to it, and they are already emptying your checking account with a dupe card they've made. And so the Secret Service put out a special warning for you to know how dangerous and common these skimmers are. And if you use a debit card where you just swipe it down, that's when you're vulnerable. But today, debit cards routinely are available from your bank or credit union that have tap to pay or have a chip in them. You want to use tap to pay anywhere you can if you are using a debit card. And I've talked about all the dangers of debit cards so many times. But a lot of people either can't qualify for credit or are freaked out by what's happened in the past using credit cards. And so you've gone to debit cards. But with a debit card, you've got to protect yourself. If you don't have a bank or credit union that will issue you a modern debit card, and anything modern will allow you to pay three ways: tap to pay, chip, or swipe. You don't want to use swipe, because that's where the criminals are stealing your information. That is a technology, I don't even know you can call it a technology. It goes back so many decades that a child could figure out how to steal the information from a swipe. And then your money's gone from your checking account. And do you know the rules and regulations are so stacked against you as a consumer? When a criminal has duplicated that and stolen money from your checking account, that under federal law, you can wait weeks to get your money restored. Now, some banks and credit unions are really good about restoring that money quickly. But in the meantime, you could have checks bounce, rent payment, mortgage payment, car payment, utility payment, payment, whatever. So you want it to have the logo that shows that you can tap to pay, which is three little half thingies, because that generates a, what do you call those half thingies?
I mean, it's like the Wi-Fi symbol, kind of, right? It looks a little
like
bit like
a sideways Wi-Fi signal?
Yeah.
For those who watch the YouTube show, let's see if I can show
Sideways,
what it looks like
sideways half rainbow
without showing a number. Here is the Navy Federal card I use for ATM only. And those of you on the YouTube show, maybe
That's
you
gonna
can
be hard.
see. Should I walk right over to the camera?
I think most of us, I mean, you can, yeah.
It's four thingies, not three.
It's
I was
four.
wrong.
Okay. It's like a signal coming out, like a speaker.
And then next to it is the chip.
Right.
And so I don't use a debit card shopping.
On a lot of credit cards, it's on the back.
Right. I only use it for ATM. And so on the app, I set I freeze the card, except when I'm at the ATM machine. I have to, that's duplicate. Automated teller machine. Anyway, I put the thing on my Navy Federal app that the card's unusable till I'm going to an ATM. Then I take it unfrozen. Then as soon as I got my money, I freeze it again because I'm so terrified of the problems people can have with debit cards. But anyway, do not swipe to pay. If you go to a gas station and at the pump they only have swipe to pay, you're going to hate me. Whether it's hot, cold, raining, snowing, hailing, whatever it is, I want you to go inside and then tap to pay. And again, if you've got a legacy debit card and it doesn't have the ability for tap to pay or doesn't have a chip in it, go to your financial institution, get the new version. Don't put your money at risk. You think I'm a little traumatized by that?
I don't blame you.
Think how many times over the decades we've heard from people who've had trouble getting their money back in their checking account after a crook has used a skimmer to duplicate that card.
Do you also want to quickly mention what you were saying about the Visa logo on your debit card?
Why it has a Visa logo?
And what you can do.
Well, I just did about
turning it off.
Freeze turning it off and on.
You can also usually set a limit too.
So I would never use it as a point of purchase card, point of sale card,
right?
POS,
right?
Yeah,
POS.
Which can also stand for something else.
For something else.
Point of sale. Anyway,
but you can do limits on withdrawals too, like cash withdrawals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a daily limit.
Because I almost never need cash. It's so weird how ATMs are vanishing. Like they're disappearing all over the place because cash is used so infrequently now.